This is Valley News Live at 6.
We begin tonight with breaking news as the search continues at this hour for a 41-year-old man wanted after a high-speed chase that led to a crash this afternoon in Moorhead. Authorities have confirmed with Valley News Live that he is Burton Bonham. Here's a mugshot of Bonham from 2 years ago. The crash took place around 3 this afternoon. Deputies from Clay County say Bonham was driving the car and is well known to them, and there is currently no danger to the public. Valley News Team's Courtney Lockie has been following this breaking news story for you all afternoon. She is at the scene.
Thanks, Mike. Now, the chase for Bonham actually started on Highway 10 when troopers tried to pull him over because there was a warrant out for his arrest, and he took off. They had to stop that chase because there was a danger to the public. It wasn't until he struck a taxi at this intersection, Main Avenue and 11th Street in Moorhead, that they found him again. He proceeded to jump up onto this curb outside of the Hornbachers and go through the parking lot, doing a lot of damage, and a lot of it's still left behind. You can see parts of his car scattered along the ground. He took out this sign, and it goes on through the whole parking lot, including skid marks through the parking lot, before he finally stopped outside of St. Joseph's School. And that's when the school got put on a lockdown because he stopped his car right outside of it and fled on foot. Now, police came in, and earlier in the day, they were going through his car looking for evidence. They were interviewing people in the area. They even brought in a canine unit to see if they could find him, but no luck. They are still searching, and they want to remind you one more time that he is known to them and is not a danger to the public. Live in Moorhead, Courtney Lockie, Valley News Live.
Thanks, Courtney. We're going to continue to post any updates that we get on our website, so you can follow it on valleynewslive.com. We continue to be tested by Mother Nature as the cold temps simply won't go away. Let's find out from our chief meteorologist what we should expect tonight. Hutch?
Well, it's more of the same, Mike, as we started our day out with air temperatures between 15 and 25 below for most locations. Wind chills are remaining dangerously low. The coldest in the Devil's Lake Basin and points north, but it's no picnic in Lakes Country with a 26 below wind chill right now in Bemidji. Wind chill warning north. Wind chill advisory for everyone else, and your planner for Fargo shows at least the wind speeds, which have been around 15 to 25 miles per hour throughout the day, will taper off this evening as temperatures slip into the teens. Cold in Grand Forks, and in fact our northern counties are going to see some of the coldest air of the season for them. We'll have hour-by-hour details on that, and we'll talk about a nice little reprieve from this Arctic blast. We'll tell you when that arrives here in a few moments.
The sooner the better.
Yes.
All right, thanks. Fire investigators are still unsure if bitter cold temperatures played a factor in a 4-alarm blaze in North Fargo Tuesday night. The sub-zero weather has been the culprit to a Fargo mobile home fire, a downtown Fargo pipe bursting, and a West Fargo vehicle fire. Valley News Team's crime and safety reporter Bailey Hurley spoke with fire officials today on how to stay warm and how to do so safely.
It just makes everything worse when it's 20 below zero.
While there's no hard data, fire crews say when winter first starts and when we go through cold snaps like this week, fire calls seem to be more frequent.
You know, people do what they need to do to stay warm sometimes, especially if there's, circumstances beyond your control. You're just trying to do what it takes to thaw something out or to stay warm. And unfortunately, that can lead to problems.
Freitag says most of what his crews see are the use of the wrong style of heater for the wrong situation, like using an outdoor heater inside, which Freitag says is illegal in Grand Forks.
Obviously, because it is burning fuel, it's an open flame. And then also they produce carbon monoxide. And so then you've got a double-edged sword there.
In West Fargo, firefighters say their most frequent call is frozen pipes.
Make sure you never use an open flame to unthaw the pipe. If you're able to use the heat of your home to thaw the pipes out, it's always going to be your best scenario.
Along with house fires, freezing temps and snow can be the perfect storm for a vehicle fire, something West Fargo crews dealt with early Wednesday morning.
When he got stuck, he tried to get out on his own and over rev the vehicle and kind of kept it there. And just the the movement of the tires that just caused everything to overheat and started a fire in his wheel wells.
Both say it's important to make sure the cords you use for any space heaters and to plug your vehicle in at night are in good shape, and urge to always call in the experts to fix your cold weather problems to avoid possible devastating consequences. Bailey Hurley, Valley News Live.
Fire experts also say it's important to plug any space heaters directly into the wall, saying extension cords or power strips aren't designed to handle the load and could overheat and then start a fire. If you're unsure about whether getting a COVID-19 vaccination is for you, consider this. 1 in 540 North Dakotans have died from COVID. 1 in 200 have been hospitalized. And so the state also is reporting that many who have COVID-19 still are dealing with long-term effects. For those waiting in line, the state today announced that more vaccine doses will be arriving not just here, but nationwide.
I think with this extra dose that's coming out of the Pfizer vials and them being able to include 6 doses, that will help somewhat.
The most recent numbers continue to show good signs in North Dakota regarding COVID-19. 759 people currently are listed to have the coronavirus, with just 34 hospitalized because of it. In Dilworth, police need your help finding this man, a 60-year-old man named Kenneth Bosby. He was supposed to visit a friend near St. Cloud, arriving yesterday, didn't show up. No one has spoken to him since Sunday night when he was packing to leave. He's described as about 5 foot 8 inches tall, weighs 180 pounds, and was possibly last seen at the Walmart in Dilworth on Sunday or Monday heading for a bus. If you have seen him or know where he's at, call police at 218-287-2666. A horse is dead after it was hit by a car. That collision happening after 10 last night in the area of County Road 23 near County Road 4 in Wadena County. Deputies say that the teen driver was hurt and was taken to the hospital. A woman who was involved in a fiery crash near Kindred last month has died. 45-year-old Candace Bloomhagen died from her injuries last Friday. It happened at 54th Street Southeast and 160th Avenue Southeast on the night of January 12th. 2 cars crashed head-on, one of them caught on fire. 69-year-old Alan Peterson was injured in that crash. 1 person has died and 3 others are still in the hospital following yesterday's shooting at a clinic in Buffalo, Minnesota. One of the 3 still hospitalized listed tonight in critical condition. Another person who was injured was discharged from the hospital. 67-year-old Gregory Ulrich was identified as the gunman and arrested. Police say he was angry with care he received from many clinics in that area. Police reports indicated that he threatened to carry out a mass shooting at the clinic in October of 2018. And a doctor told investigators that he had talked about shooting, blowing things up, and practicing different scenarios of how to get revenge. KARE 11 News in Minneapolis is reporting that the victim who died from that shooting is identified as 37-year-old Lindsay Overbay. She was a medical assistant. It's been 5 years since the standoff that led to a Fargo police officer's death. Jason Mosier and other officers were responding to a domestic disturbance on February 10th of 2016. He was shot and died the next day. In his honor, a ceremony is going to be held tomorrow honoring Jason Mosier. It'll be at 11 o'clock in the Fargo City Commission chambers. You can attend it or you can watch it on the City of Fargo broadcast channel 56. It's also going to be streamed on social media. The CDC is providing new information on wearing a mask. Later on Valley News Live at 6, we're going to tell you what they're suggesting.
And temperatures today peaked below 0 for most areas. So cold out there, you may want to send your pants out first before you decide to head out. Thanks so much, Jeffrey, for your fun photo. Hey, one thing this winter we haven't had a lot of is snow, typically over 30 inches by this time, under 20 in Grand Forks. Your forecast is cold, and all details next.